Even though we're in the desert, a lot of the plants which are growing inside the greenhouses are actually tropical plants. So we've created a microclimate, and people often talk about, wanting to be able to eat bananas, mangoes, and other things, but they feel bad about the transport of these produces. But now you can produce them in your own house, living in this kind of... So we've got these banana trees growing here.
Whoa.
We got tomatoes. There were loads of fresh ones a few days ago. It means that the person here is eating them, which is a good sign. Again, you have the shower. So this one, you can see that it's got a little bit more kind of work to it. You've got this here where you can put different things. If you come inside, you can even look at the bottle wall here to see all the different lights that come out, kind of creates a mosaic. So you basically stay on top of this, and then all the water will go underneath into a pipe, and then from there it goes into our botanical cells here. Now this one is actually much more simple than the other one, in the sense that these pumps work with the cistern, but when you need to flush the toilet, you actually have this hand pump, which is very simple, just made with, PVC pipes. So it basically goes to the bottom of the botanical cell. So all this water, which has already been used either in the kitchen or the bathroom, which is already being used by the plants and filtered by their roots, can now be taken here, put in a bucket, and used to flush the toilet. So it's a much more simple version, low cost, but
right.
Yeah.
But not hard.
Not hard, no, it's not too complicated. Then what you have here is that under this toilet, you basically have the septic tank. So instead of having the septic tank far away, this toilet basically goes straight down into it. And it's what Earthship calls the outlaw septic tank, because what it is a tube of tires stacked one on top of the others, and then the whole rest of this kind of, it's a hole in the ground, is completely, of course, there's plastic all around it, EDPM, just to make it, just so nothing kind of leaks. And the solids will stay at the bottom of this tube of tires, and then all the rest of the liquid will slowly kind of, fill in the chamber until it reaches the overflow, and then it goes outside in a leach field. Not in a leach field, sorry, I mean evapotranspiration biofilter. So it's producing more food. This water is being used, filtered more through that before going to the leach field.
How deep is how many layers of tires? So how deep is that?
I think it's, I'm not exactly sure, but I think it's, you would have maybe 8 or 9 tires stacked onto each other. So it's pretty deep. You would need to go maybe to 2 meters, maybe even, more.
And how, and will that ever need to be cleaned out?
Well, that's what they've been seeing is that, houses which have had one for, let's say, more than 25 years have never needed it, because the anaerobic process which is going on inside is continuous.
Yeah.
So even the solids which have already been separated continue constantly to be decomposed and to kind of mix with the rest. And it means just that the liquid is much more kind of thick,
right?
But it's already been treated. There's no more bacteria, there's no more pathogens. It's basically just a water full of nutrients.
Wow, that's brilliant.
Just check out the room quickly.
There is a little bit more odor in that one. But it's not something that is reminiscent necessarily of outhouse.
Right. In the toilet itself, or just in general?
Just in the room.
In the room itself, yeah.
Is there any kind, so there's no tubing there for air to be able to come back up the toilet like there is in an outhouse, correct?
No, they shouldn't, no, yeah. So I'm not actually sure, maybe it's just that someone went to the toilet.
Maybe.
Okay, so here you can see that this room itself has pretty much everything. So you have your toilets outside, you have your bathroom here, you have your plants, you have your kitchen, and you have your room here. You have the tube, which is letting the cool air in, and this right here is this box which was made specially for the simple survival. Which means that basically if you're going to be doing disaster relief, going to somewhere, you know, where there's nothing for now, you could basically be traveling with this box, which inside has a battery, but it's got everything. It's got a charge controller, fuses, it's got different connections. You can see that they're actually the connections for the cars. So what we try to do as well is that all of these materials, tools that we have in here are things that you can generally find anywhere. So if you have a problem with it, you'll be able to change it. So it's extremely simple. It's connected to the solar panels here. We might actually connect the windmill I was telling you about last time. We might actually connect it to it as well. And it's got an inverter here. So anything you need, you can literally get from this. And then the lights, what we do is that the lights and the pump function directly from the DC battery. Why? Because if ever we were going to have a problem with the inverter and they would have to change it, maybe someone does not have the moment at that the money at that time, maybe someone finds it hard to find, or it just takes time, etc. At least you will still have the lights and the pumps working inside your house.
Mm-hmm.
And you could also get, a fridge. In the more sophisticated houses, you have a DC fridge, which is extremely efficient.
Yeah.
So that that at least you're able to keep your food cool, to have your lights, and to have your water system functioning without maybe having the inverter.
That's amazing. And so do you have a fridge in these? No, I saw a fridge in the other one, didn't I?
Yeah, there was a fridge in the other one. In this one here, I don't think there is a fridge.
They just use coolers?
Yeah, they just use coolers in this way. Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty
Simple
amazing.
survival. Yeah.